her father's worst nightmare, but he's her dream come true. He's her father's worst nightmare, a caver like me and you. Each scene she describes is something her dad can only imagine. Is that good or bad? Each word that she says puts thoughts in Dad's head. If he only knew, his face would be red. Dad thinks he knows the truth about them, spelunkers who venture into those dark dens. It's time that his daughter tries to tell him the truth. His mind pictures something that's totally moved. He's her father's worst nightmare, but he's her dream come true.
Hey, Jeff, just give me about an hour to tell my dad about us, and then we'll make the announcement.
Okay, great. Well, I'm just going to run down the road and grab a burger or something to eat.
Okay.
See you later. Bye.
Bye.
Dad always wants the best for his girl, someone who lives like the rest of the world. Dad's gonna find out.
What have I gotten myself into? My dad's gonna have a coronary. Hello? Daddy, are you home? Hello? Anybody home? Daddy, I'm finally home!
Oh, Mandy, it's so good to see you again. It's been so long. It's been eternity. Oh, it seems you never call. How are things going? How's school? How's everything? And what have you done with your clothing allowance?
I don't know, Dad. I think I look fine. Everything's great. I'm getting A's and B's in all of my classes. But even more important...
What could be more important than school? You didn't get your navel pierced, did you?
No, I didn't get my navel pierced, Dad. But you'll find out, okay? First, let's go sit down.
Okay, man. Let me turn the TV off.
All right.
There.
Daddy, I met the most wonderful group of people. They call themselves cavers. And basically, they just explore caves in all of their free time. They're great.
You mean speedunkers? Those people who go into old mines and stuff?
Rim, huh?
Let's go exploring.
I think you mean spelunkers, and no, not spelunkers. Cavers. Dad, spelunkers are people that go into caves with just a flashlight, no helmet, not really thinking about the harsh conditions of the cave itself.
Hey, what's this?
Cavers, though, are almost professionals. They go in and survey caves and produce maps of the caves and go for exploration. And they're really exciting individuals.
Ooh, I see.
But it wasn't just a group of cavers that I met. I met one caver in particular.
A boyfriend?
Yes, one of the best cavers around. But wait, let's go get a drink first, and then I'll tell you all about it, okay?
Okay, but this better be good.
Oh, you're gonna love this. Okay, so what happened was, I saw this ad in this one of the university magazines about this grotto meeting. And I thought that maybe the grotto meeting was like some kind of dance or a party so I could meet people. But actually what it turned out to be was this caving club. So when I went to this caving club meeting, they were just about ready to start their program.
Program? What kind of program?
You'll see, there's no shrub.
It was a slideshow of some caving event called Speleo Fest. The slideshow was really amazing. It really opened my eyes to a totally different lifestyle. A lifestyle I never knew existed. I was extremely impressed.
And this is where you met your boyfriend?
Well, kind of. I met a lot of cavers at that grotto meeting, but it wasn't until my first caving trip with the grotto that I really got to know Jeff. And let me tell you, that caving trip, I really learned a lot about caving.
Here behind me, we have Jacob's ladder. This is about 48 steps we have to climb. Oh, I hope everyone's ready.
They said it would be a fairly easy trip, but for me, it was pretty difficult. But exciting in a strange way.
I'm not sure I understand this appeal of caving. Is all you do is just crawl around underground?
Oh no, it isn't just about wandering around caves. Cavers actually study them. They explore them. They produce maps on them. They measure the caves.
Oh, I guess that must mean taking some awfully exacting measurements then, huh?
Yeah, it does, and sometimes that can be pretty difficult.
23.5. Oh,
We need to do that shot over again.
damn, I got my instruments dirty. Okay.
Anyhow, it was during that first cave trip that I really got to trust cavers, and I got to know Jeff. But I didn't really get to know him that well until something called OTR.
OTR? What's that? Does that have anything to do with truckers?
No, not truckers. It stands for Old Timers Reunion, and it's an annual Labor Day weekend event where you and 2,200 of your closest friends come together for a weekend of camping and activities and just good old fun.
2,200? That must be one heck of a campground.
Yeah, you could say that. It's pretty big, about 4 acres. But some say there's still not enough room. The different grottos try to camp together, and they can be pretty creative in letting everyone know who they are.
But what do people do at this OTR?
During the evenings, they usually have refreshments and then live bands on Saturday and Sunday. And they're pretty popular. The dance floor gets really crowded. Here, actually, I brought some pictures to show you from OTR. This should give you a better idea about the goings-on.
Oh my goodness gracious. And you know these people?
And for those people that don't like to dance, there's a campfire that people go to gather and visit with their friends.
Yes, a campfire can be a real pleasant way to visit.
You put all of that wood on there, didn't you?
Well, actually, it can get pretty crowded. And also can get pretty warm. Actually, there are a lot of different activities during the evening, but everybody comes to the pavilion later at night for drinks. Cavers can be a real thirsty bunch.
But what about during the day? I sure hope that this crowd doesn't party and dance all day and all night.
Well, some do, but there are a lot of other activities going on during OTR. On Saturday morning, we start off with a parade called the Doodah Parade at 10 a.m.
A parade? Wow.
Yeah. I don't know about Billy. That's it.
Free bananas for the judges!
Back up. Hey, what's do a three-point turn and display our precision beat. All right.
The Doodah Parade is actually a competition by different groups at OTR to see who can put on the best show.
Oh, that sounds pretty wholesome. Did your club and Jeff participate in the parade?
No, not this year. We just watched. But Jeff did compete in something else this year. He's a real competitor, just like all the rest of the cavers. They even have Olympic-type events called Speleo Olympics.
You mean like foot races and swimming competition?
Nah, more like obstacle courses, like triathlons.
Beat the packing bottle. All right. Good man. What's on? Thank you. Left. Go, turn. Come on. Take it. Come on, head. Under. Oh, man. Woo!
Come on, Dan.
Get out of there now. Get out of there.
121.
The Speleo Olympics aren't quite as formalized as the real Olympics. We have lots of other events that probably wouldn't be considered true Olympic events.
I think I know what you mean.
Well, you probably don't. You really have to be there to understand.
No warm-up for that. Go.
Just for like Russ.
There's not much of a hole in this big. Okay. Oh. Plain. Good decision. Good decision. I know it.
I like when those little sprouts are hanging out.
Boy, I bet all that activity really gives you an appetite. Does Jeff ever take you out to dinner?
Oh yes, just like you, Daddy. Cavers enjoy the finer things in life. You know, wine with dinner and all that.
Don't get no better.
That's where it's stored.
And after dinner, a lot of cavers get together and enjoy some self-made music. A lot of cavers are accomplished musicians, you know, and they get together to show off what they can do.
Oh, you mean like chamber music or piano recital?
It's more like a bunch of cavers sitting around and playing their guitars.
One leg.
He shows no sign of stopping. I tell you, Lord, this life is hard. Whoa, despair.
Well, it certainly sounds like you and all your friends had a wonderful time at this OTR this past year, but that's only one weekend, in the whole year. I presume your group does things other than this one camping trip in West Virginia.
You're right. OTR is a lot more than just one weekend out of the entire year hanging out and camping with your friends. Do you remember last year when I called and said I wouldn't be home for Christmas? Well, the real reason was because I was in Mexico with some cavers, including Jeff. And basically what we did down there was explored some of the caves in Mexico and surveyed them, and also hung out in the local areas and met some of the people and the culture.
Oh man, I never would have guessed you'd do something like that. Things must have really been different down there, huh?
Yes, they really are different. And the caves were different too. Some were really big, and some were really vertical.
And I guess the accommodations down there must be primitive too.
Absolutely. You just wouldn't believe some of the places that we had to stay at. And if you think that's bad, the actual caves are even more primitive. When you're in the cave, I mean, you just can't worry about, bathrooms or cleaning up.
Well, that certainly doesn't sound very pleasant. I guess if you have to go, you just go and bury it, right?
Usually, cavers actually carry it out. It depends upon the cave.
Boy, I don't know if I like the sound of that. No, give me my good old flusher anytime. But do you guys go caving all year round? Don't you get...
Dad always wants the best for his girl, someone who lives like the rest of the world. Dad's gonna find out he's in for a shock. Her boyfriend just crawled out from under a rock. He's her father's worst nightmare, but he's her dream come true. He's her father's worst nightmare, a caver like me and you.
Well, and here we are now. So, that's my story. I guess it's time for me to meet Jeff now. He went out to go get a burger, so I think that, he should probably be back by now. So, I'm just going to go and see if he's here and go get him, okay?
Okay, well that's great. After all this build-up, I can hardly wait to meet you.
Yeah, well, I think you'll really like him. Okay, I'll be right back. All right, Jeff. Come on in. It's time to meet my dad.
Boy, I just made it back in time. You'd never believe it. I found a cave while I was gone.
Oh my God. You're gonna wear that to meet my dad? Well, I guess we don't have any time, so come on.
Sorry. Hi, Dad. I'm Jeff.
Jeff?
Daddy, this is Jeff. This is Jeff. I love him so much. I love caving, and I love Jeff. And Daddy, guess what?
But...
We're gonna get married. He's gonna be your son. Yeah, hi, yeah. Yeah, I'm disappointed too. I really wanted to go caving this weekend, but we just can't. We just really don't have the time this weekend. Little Friar's got a Cub Scout meeting, and then we're planning a cookout for the parents, and with the baby being sick and everything, it's really not possible. It's just not gonna work. Yeah, I know. I'm disappointed too. I really am, but you know how things are. Well, listen, please do me a favor. If nobody's at the field house, please don't go caving by yourself. Don't be a superstar. It's way too dangerous.
Yes. Yes, Mandy.
Okay?
Yes. No, you don't have to worry. I'll be careful. I'll even give you a call when I get back. Okay? Bye now. Damn. I sure wish Mandy had talked me into going caving 5 years ago. I just didn't know what I was missing. Well, I'm sure I'll find someone to go caving with at the field station. I'm out of here.
Her dad hears her stories, but he just wants the facts, like the truth about cavers and what's in their packs. His daughter is hoping that he'll come around when he meets her boyfriend from under the ground. Two sides to each story, but which one is right? Should he trust this caver or put up a fight? It's his only daughter. Should he take the risk of letting her go with some guy in two pits? He's her father's worst nightmare, but he's her dream come true. He's her father's worst nightmare. He's a caver like me and you. Fathers are older and set in their ways. Sometimes they forget their own wilder days, or maybe remember how they used to be, and hope that it's something their children never see. Dads might surprise you, they have passions too. They might crave adventure just like me and you. Watch out what you wish for, it just might come true. Dad might decide to be a caver too. He's his daughter's worst nightmare, living his dream come true. He's his daughter's worst nightmare. He's a caver like me